Before you sit down to write out your goals for the new year, take these things into consideration. One, usually when we sit down to write out our goals, we're going to be using our logical mind. Our logical mind will assess the probability that we have to reach that goal. And then later on, what ends up happening is that our logical mind overthinks things and we tend to have some uncertainty, some self-doubt, imposter syndrome, all the things that come with planning solely with our logical mind. While yes, it is important for us to know the step-by-step to reach our goals, when we invite our higher mind to assist us in our goal setting, it helps us create awareness of all of the other resources we have available to help us reach that goal. When I do goal setting, I like to balance both logic and emotion. And one of the things I do is I meditate before my goal setting. The meditation really does help me calm my nervous system and calm my mind. And so when I go sit down to write out my goals and I take inventory of all the resources I have available to reach my goals, I tend to avoid any time, money, and energy leaks because I look at the tools and resources I have available to me now before going out and buying something to help me, whether that's a course or other materials. I look at what I currently have to make things work. That has saved me so much time, so much energy, and so much money. That wouldn't be possible if I was hurrying to write out my goals and thinking of all the things that I needed to do to reach that goal instead of going within. Another way that meditation has helped me with my goal setting is that when I calm my nervous system and I reduce the stress and that pressure of, really future pacing myself of like, if I don't meet this goal or if this doesn't go this way, and you tend to add that pressure and that stress and you beat up yourself. Instead of doing that, the meditation has helped me see what truly is aligned. So whether that is the action or the goal itself to my life. There have been times when I wanted to set a goal and I just use purely logical mind. I'm thinking, this makes sense. This is where I want to get, this is what I have to do. And then when I allowed myself to meditate, this is like the very first time that I discovered what I call the balanced work week framework, which I'll tell you in a minute. When I allowed that to settle my mind and I did that meditation, I realized that the goal and the plan that I was writing out was not for me. It really didn't light me up. I was just choosing that because I thought it made logical sense for the environment I wanted to create. But that environment that I was about to create was going to be one out of pressure, out of stress. Next, when you are creating your goals, take some time in between and especially at the end to have a visualization practice. You want to evoke all of your senses. You really want to put yourself in the picture of you accomplishing that goal. When you can imagine you accomplishing that goal, truly imagine it, see the things that you would see, hear the things that you would hear at this time, feel the things, even taste the things. You can get your whole body into it. Now, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what is real, imagined, or remembered. So when you do this visualization practice during your goal setting, it helps you get all into that moment. And anytime that you are on your journey to reach that goal, you feel discouraged or you're just kind of thinking, I don't know how this is going to happen, and your logical mind is getting you into analysis paralysis, you can go back to this visualization, allow your body to feel the sensations, to hear the things, to see the things that you did during your visualization for your goal setting. That just kind of gets you back into that state, back into that feel-good state. I have found that when I lose momentum, doing this brings back the momentum and the motivation to keep on going. Now, if you're not used to this type of goal setting using meditation and visualization, check out my Infinite Awareness meditation audio. You can download it for free in the description and use it whenever you're doing your goal setting. It really does truly calm your nervous system, calm your mind so that you can increase your awareness of all the resources available to you. Next, you want to make sure to include checkpoints and milestones into your goal setting plan. These checkpoints are not to serve as a measurement for you reaching that outcome, but a measurement for you taking action on getting to that outcome. So you can even have a milestone or a checkpoint of X many times that you took action to reach that goal. So for instance, in my business, I can do milestones of having 21 days of consistent prospecting, or weekly YouTube videos that I do, and then celebrate that. You want to take ownership of the actions that you're taking to reach your goals, and then detach from the outcome, being open for the universe to help you reach that goal in ways that you never expected. When we try to really choke and control the outcome and not enjoy the process, we end up creating more stress and more pressure, which affects our brain. It affects the gray matter that's in our brain, which helps us with reasoning and logic and decision making. And when we put that pressure, then we don't show up in our best energy, and we're not in the mind right set to make the choices as the CEO of our businesses. Next, a lot of times we will set goals and then we just forget about them. Come mid-January, come February, we're totally forgotten about the goals that we set. We love the idea of having a goal setting session. We love doing all the things and mapping it out and planning and organizing it, but then it just kind of goes off to the wayside and we don't take action. When you follow a schedule that is an action plan schedule that aligns with your goals, then you increase your chances of reaching that goal. So like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I created this balanced work week framework, which I teach inside the 𝗠𝗲𝗿 Academy. And that is a business activity schedule that I use and my students inside the program use. It consists of goddess days, CEO days, and doer days. Now, everyone gets to decide how many of those days they have during their week, but they all align together, they all flow together. So when you have your goal setting plan in place and you combine it with the balanced work week framework, it will look like this. You'll have your goddess days for self-reflection time, self-care, to really honor your vehicle, which is your biggest asset as a solopreneur, as a CEO of your business. You'll be able to honor your mind, body, and soul. This also helps to slow down so that you're not reacting to things that are happening in your business. So if things aren't going a certain way that you had planned, having these goddess days where you slow down, go within, and practice mindfulness, maybe yoga, maybe you do visualization, exercise, maybe you just go to the spa. Whatever that is, it allows you to live life, for one thing, so that you actually you're creating content around your life about what it's like to be in your business. And then secondly, you're allowing your mind and your nervous system to regulate so that you can be well equipped to make the decisions that are required as the CEO of your business. I usually like to have at least one goddess day per week, and this is actually part of my work week schedule. So usually my goddess days are in the middle of the week, which is, I start my week from Monday to Friday. So it is on a Wednesday. That's when I get to go within, whether I'm reading something or whether I'm just having a day at the spa. I'm really allowing the things that I've experienced for the past 2 days and the weeks before in my business to settle, and then to decide from there what I should do forward, if anything. And sometimes there's nothing that's coming up. I just get to simply relax and enjoy the fruits of my labor. The next part of the balanced work week is the CEO day. That is where I'm doing the planning. That is when I invite my logic in. Because when I have too much logic in my business, it really does put me on overdrive where I'm overthinking things, and sometimes I don't act, or sometimes I do too many things at one time. The next part of the balanced work week framework is the doer day. Doer days can be usually 1 to 2 days. And during the doer day, that's when you're doing the thing. That's when you're doing the things for your business. You're recording the videos, you're creating the content, you're having the sales conversations, you're having client meetings, you're running the programs, all the things. And what my clients and I have found is that when we follow this balanced work week framework, we can easily see anything that needs to be tweaked in our plan that we did for our goal setting session. And we can see other opportunities that are available to us that are going to help us reach our goals more efficiently than we had originally planned. If you really want to supercharge your goal setting, check out this next video where I talk about why goal setting isn't working for you. And be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I post my next video.